Hey guys, we're live. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Win-Win Real Talk. I think it's episode 5 or 6 now. Losing track, which is a good thing, huh? Sometimes. How's everyone? Sorry, I'm a little late. I'm emotionally behind today. But I hope you guys are doing really well. Happy to just connect and happy to just be real with y'all. So thank you for showing up and sharing your time with me. Time is so precious, isn't it? Time is so precious. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate the time we have together. And, I'd love for this to be interactive today even. So, feel free to use the chat box. Stay really connected because I don't have all the answers. I don't come on here with answers, I come on here to hopefully shed light on things that I think are important, that I feel are important, and to also hopefully give some guidance, if that, or hope in the fact that we are in this together, that we're not alone in how we feel, what we're going through, and that, we have each other's backs, right? That we can do this and get through this together. And there's a real power in community and a real power in connection. And there's a real power in real love. And, a lot's been going on. I bet we all can feel that, right? I know, to all of you that are aware more than I am, right? There's is it retrograde in Mercury? Is that what's happening? Okay. If someone wants to chime in and educate me on that and the audience, awesome. I don't know exactly what that means, but I feel it. I'm feeling something's off. But yeah, I'm just so happy to have this time with you. I am going in here again just with my heart, and may it again hopefully be the vessel. May all I share be what we need to hear. May what comes out of this be something positive, and something that is impactful. And may we all just create a more meaningful life, and this, my heart's really heavy. You guys know I get like emotional. I'm an emotional person. I know I think a lot too, but I'm also very emotional because I'm very empathetic. It's something I can't turn off. It's just who I am. But just a couple months ago, and I shared this on my other live talk, that we as a community were dealing with loss. We had, a teenage boy at our high school who passed away, and it's not okay. And then just this last week, another occurrence, and we lost another child, another teenage child, same school that my son, who's 14, goes to. And I'm not here to make any presumptions. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to do anything but love on all of you, everyone that's going through what we're going through. And we're, like I said, we're in this together. And I don't know the specific details of what's going on. And I honestly don't think my heart is strong enough to take any more details than I know or I feel. Because it's beyond words. But I believe that more than ever, We need to have not just real talks online and in my little corner in the room, but we also need to have real talks with our children. Real talks with our children, not to our children, but with our children. And I say that because I too was a struggling teen. And I'm not here to share a sob story, but I do want to bring light and realness to it all. Yeah. And so, back when I was obviously as a child, right, I grew up really poor. We grew up in the hood. Can't take the hood out of the girl, right? And I'm very proud of my roots. I'm proud of, how far we've come and my parents, right, paving way. And like I said before, making sacrifices and working hard and not giving up and taking no excuses and being the real example of no excuses. And oh, you can't hear me? Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me? Let me know, please. Thanks, John, for bringing that to my attention. Let me know if you guys can hear me, please. But and thank you, Blanca. Love you too. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, awesome. You guys can hear me. So, like growing up, super poor, didn't know it though, like totally rich in all the love because my parents are so amazing at that too. Oh, dad. My dad was such a love warrior. I mean, he has like all love, all compassion, all empathy. And we're the ones that usually deal with depression most, right? Because we just feel so much more, and typically even more than the person it's directly impacting, which is so crazy. But again, create awareness, right? Create awareness and then create those healthy boundaries. I'm still working on that. Anyway, so growing up, I grew up poor, whatever, and most of us have, right? And then, grew up with the same set of friends, and we just grew up together as families, even, right? Our parents knew each other, like we'd go to each other's homes and, lived in an apartment complex. And so, we were just like connected as a tribe and as a community. And, once I was in 8th grade, I was really, really sad about the fact that a lot of my really close friends had moved on to high school because they were one grade above me. And I remember being so sad about that. Like, no, this sucks, right? And so 8th grade was still cool. I made, I had awesome friends. Something that I will say that I realized more recently was that I do have a gift of connecting. And I challenge you all to really sit down with yourself and really be real about all your gifts. Because you are amazing. You are a miracle. You are powerful. And you have so many gifts. So many gifts. And it's so important to recognize your own gifts so that you can recognize those gifts in others, and celebrate that. Celebrate those gifts. Not just celebrate it, but also utilize those gifts for the greater good. That's how I see it, and so when I was little, I just connected with, all cliques, right? It doesn't matter. Hispanic group, Black, white, goth, Asian of all kinds, right? The nerds, the cool ones, the gangsters, the wannabe gangsters. And so I had no problem making friends, but there's a part of me that was really sad that my really good friends had moved on. Come high school, I'm just so stoked. I'm like, yes, reunion's going to be so good. So good. And it was for a hot second, just a hot minute. And new girl joins the clique. And for whatever reason, she was not a fan of Win-Win. Not a fan of Win-Win. And she hated on me. She purely did not like me and turned all my friends against me. All my childhood friends. I'm still traumatized. And I'm 37. I'm almost 38. But that feeling, that memory, that experience is not what anyone should feel. I don't care how old you are. It's not okay. So she turned all my friends against me, right? And through her size, her physical size, everyone bought into it. Everyone turned against me and just hated on me. And I felt completely isolated. Not just isolated, but unsafe. Unsafe to the point that I remember hiding behind trees during recess, during breaks, right? We didn't have recess in high school. During breaks and during lunch, I hid in the school library. I got stepped up to. That's what it's called. If you're not from the hood, let me educate you and create awareness. You get stepped up to when someone wants to beat your ass, okay? They step up to you and they say, hey, so-so wants you to go into the bathroom so she can beat your ass. So you need to go. And here I am standing there like as people are just dispersing. You know that science project? I like to just compare it to that science project where you put pepper, right, in a little container of water, a bowl of water, and then you just drop that liquid detergent and just, right? So I get stepped up to daily. So-so wants to meet you in the bathroom. You better go. She wants to kick your ass, so you better go. And I'm looking at them like, come on. Do I look like an idiot? Do you really think I'm gonna go in the bathroom and get my ass beat? You got to be kidding me. But of course I'm scared. I'm like, oh my gosh, they could beat me up right now. But they haven't. So maybe, maybe I should start going in the hiding. That's when I went in the hiding. And then I made it. I remember, oh my gosh. I remember cutting school on days when I felt it was extra unsafe. I remember like, wow, the convenience of having nice penmanship. Milk what you got, right? I'm telling you, write down your gifts. I'm kidding, kids. There's more to this. So I love school. I love learning. I knew that school was going to propel me to my purpose or my future, right? And so I knew I needed to do well in school. So any days that mattered when I had like an important test or quiz, I showed up. And then I would cut and leave, when I didn't feel safe or didn't show up at all. And then by the end of freshman year, from all the cutting, all the hiding, all the tears, right? All the, stepped up to mornings and afternoons, I still graduated, right? With the 3.9, I had 1 B+. And I don't say that to like show off or be arrogant. I'm just saying that's how important school was to me. Because I saw the vision and I saw the light and I knew that that's what it would take for me to get the F out of there. Like literally get the F out of there with your A's. Hey, that's a pretty good one. Okay. And that was my exit plan. So then come summer after freshman year, right? Pre-sophomore year, I was like, you know what? I'm going to sign up. I'm going to sign up for summer school and I'm going to get my math requirement done so that I can exit out of here faster. I created my own fast track. And so I went thinking, only the nerds are going to be here. Like, she's not going to be here. Like, this is like summer school's for nerds, those that want to advance themselves. Like, who wants to like give up their summer to learn and go to school? So there I go, show up. And I'm in the hood, guys. When I say I'm like in the hood and the ghetto, right? That's your definition. But when I say like ghetto, like I was personally ghetto. I showed up full on makeup, right? My chola brows. Anyone relate to me? Or is this so far-fetched? And if it is, awesome. I hope you stay with me because this is an important story. This is like real life. I had my makeup on, right? Had my cute top on. I had a skirt on. I wore a skirt and heels to school. That's how I grew up. That was the environment I was in. So I go to school with my book bag, my backpack, all decked out, right? I remember holding my books in my arms too, and I was walking to class feeling like, yeah, I got my stuff together. I'm going to get out of here faster. And then boom, I get socked from behind me, right? Total sucker punch. cheap shot, whatever you want to call it. And I knock down, right? And she knocks me down and I'm on the floor. And I just basically am surrendering to this bully. And she's just beating me up nonstop. And mind you, she's like 2 times my size. Okay. And the worst vision that I had was just seeing all of my friends, right? Just circle like a halo, but not. Circle from above, look down on me, just look down and be complete witnesses. Just witnessed my pain, witnessed me getting beat up, witnessed me bleeding. Okay, it was a bloody mess. She nearly broke my nose. And I got in probably about 4 shots out of like the 50 she got in on me. And then security guards came on their golf carts. Yes, golf carts. This school was originally meant to be built as a community college. And then the school district or the city realized they actually need a high school, not a community college. So it was then like converted to a high school, right? And so it took security guards on a golf cart to get there. So imagine the amount of time that I was getting my butt beat before help was here. Okay. As I remember jumping up and like running after her and calling her out and saying, like, how dare you? Like, I don't want to say all the F words that I said, right? Like, yeah, do this, like, do this fair, fight fairly, right? Like, let's fight right here, right now, in my face. Come on, right here, right now. And I'm like bleeding, like, talk about like warrior status, right? Where I'm trying to be, but I'm like crying and like a mess. And I get to the principal's office, and the principal had to sit down with me, and she asked me, like, what's going on? Like, I see you're doing so well in school, right? Like, almost a perfect student. And what's going on? I said, I honestly don't know. She doesn't like me. I don't know why. She doesn't like me. And she said, well, good thing is that on paper, great, great grades. So any school would be happy to accept you. So we can do an interdistrict transfer if that's something you'd like to do. And I was like, absolutely, get me out of here. So then I transferred to another school. But from that day on, like I'm talking, I was 14, 15, right? It happened between 14 and 15. I was never the same. I was never the same win-win. And it sucked. Because I've always just loved people, I've always just like loved on people. And I thought, oh my gosh, like if my best friends, the only people that really know me, that I spent my whole entire life with, that they're capable of this, what are strangers capable of? And so I was an emotional wreck, an emotional wreck. And I was traumatized. I was so traumatized. And I don't know what's happening at the schools, and I'm sure it's all case by case. But, just the other day when I was having dinner with my daughter, Kayla, who's 11, she opened up to me about being bullied. And she doesn't call it being bullied, but she said, yeah, this girl was pulling my hair. And I said, excuse me? A girl's pulling your hair? Like, that's not okay. Why didn't you tell me this sooner? We need to start having conversations about like what's okay and what's not, what's acceptable, what's not. And I feel like that's my bad too, that I didn't know about this. And she's told me about other experiences with other girls, that have done some really horrible stuff to her. Like I'm talking, called her trash, wanted to pick her up, thought it was comedic, right? To pick her up and say, hey, I'm going to take you to the garbage because you're trash. Is that funny, guys? That's not funny. That's so not funny. I feel like more than ever, we just need to have open communication with our kids of what's acceptable and what's not. And, even pre-COVID, the screen time that our kids have, It's unacceptable, right? It's unacceptable, but at the same time, it is acceptable because it's kind of like, well, holy cow, what are we going to do in our time? All this downtime that we have when we can't even be outside, we're in this global pandemic. Again, I just feel like the internet and screens are raising our children when we should be, and I'm guilty of this as well. I'm not coming from a place of, dictatorship in any way. Screw that. I'm not about that life. Um, but I think it's so important to stay connected, like to disconnect from all that, unplug from all that so we can truly connect with this beautiful human that we have in front of us, our children, our friends, our family, right? Um, and, with all that's going on, and losing children to, I believe, like mental health issues, I just hope that we can all come together and, keep tabs on each other, right? Keep tabs on each other, on ourselves, taking full ownership. Okay, number one for me in life is just taking full ownership for everything, just extreme ownership. And I'm working on that. I am. I would say I'm pretty darn good at that. Like my teammates know, and my friends and family know, like, this girl really owns her stuff. Like, no shame, no shame. But can I do better? Yeah, absolutely. Just because you take ownership, like, hey, I did this, doesn't mean like, oh, that's enough. That's not enough. But taking ownership for, oh my gosh, what did I do? Or what could I have done better to contribute to a more positive experience, right? A more positive impact. And I say this because during the lockdown and whatnot, I was feeling stressed out for sure. For sure. I have a lot on my plate, right? On both plates, both hands, both of my feet. And there were times when I was losing it. I was losing it. And I've said this before, kids are so in tune, right? Kids are so in tune. And I remember having a sit down with my kids and publicly, like, to them, apologizing for my behavior, for apologizing for me, like, feeling like I lashed out more than I should have, for being harder on them than I should have, that I need to be. We all have our moments, but I think it's also important to be the example of ownership and the example of vulnerability and the example of being able to apologize and, like, having a real example of, like, being a freaking human. Like, love, I love you, but I'm also human, and I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, but I'm so sorry if I was more mean than I should have been. I remember exactly that was what I said to the kids. I was like, "Mama, so stressed out. I am so sorry if I was more mean than I should have been about that. And I just want you to know I love you and I would do anything for you. And I'm just having my moments and I'm so sorry." Right. And then what I like to do for the kids is, I have gift cards that we've collected over the years. And I don't like to give them all their gift cards on their birthday. I like for them to earn some of them too. So I have a stash, and I'll do like random acts, or not random acts, but I would do like random recognition for their acts of kindness, initiative, like just anything personal growth related. I'm all about. I'm all about. So, in the moment of apology, I also had this like handwritten note for all of them, just recognizing them for the good that I've noticed in them and their areas of improvement. And I recognized all three of them. And then they came up and they had to like give a little acceptance speech. I thought it was kind of cute. And, each card, obviously, each of them got a little gift card. And it felt so good. And you know what I noticed? I noticed a change in them, that they were noticed. The power of being noticed, right? The power of being like recognized for your hard work or your just your attempt. And that moment changed so much for us as a unit. And that day, Caden was taking even more ownership and taking even more initiative. I came downstairs and he like cleaned up the whole kitchen. And he's like, I, you know, I feel so much better, Emma. Like now I want to do this. I was like, oh my gosh, all they needed was like some EPR, right? All my WFG brothers and sisters, right? Yeah, it's so important to EPR your team, right? Encourage, praise, recognize your team. But your biggest team and your number one team is your family. It's your family. So don't lose sight of that. I know I did for a while. And nothing else matters without your number one team, right? Nothing else matters. And so, again, number one, taking ownership. That's something I'm working on. And boy, does it move mountains. It really does. Boy, does it drive positive change inside the home too, which then leaks out to the rest of the world, right? All my world changers, right? Start at home. Your world are your children, your world, your family, right? Sorry, I have sand in my phone and I can't turn it off. Or I can't turn the alert off. So sorry about that. Um, and also, I believe that the lower the ego, the higher the leadership. And I work on that daily. And I know sometimes I come off as super passionate because I'm just super freaking passionate. I can get intense. But it doesn't mean like I always come from a place of, hey, I just want to be clear. Like, I don't know everything. I don't know everything, but what I do know, I'm really passionate about. Right. But please try not to mistaken my passion and my intensity of what of what I feel is right or wrong to be an ego thing. I'm open. I'm open to being challenged. I love that stuff. I want you to share your perspective and your experience. Heighten my perspective, right? Deepen my awareness. Please, 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 please. I love that. And I love that about the team. I love that about the people in my life right now. Like, that's what I want. I don't know about you, but I want like an equal relationship where I love you and I want you to know that you are so special to me and I am no better than you. I am no better than you. Now, if it's like teammates in the business, yeah, I've been doing it a little longer, so I may know more than you. Doesn't make me better than you, though. Doesn't make me better than you at all, at all. And I need you as much as you need me. That's what's so cool. That's what's so cool. And I'm just, again, so grateful for the peer mentors that I have in my life, right? My business partners, my friends, my family, my children who coach me too. How cool is that? How cool is that they check me as well? And so ownership, and then like creating a very no judgment zone. I think that's so important right now. Like, we need to love harder than ever. And that just means no judgment, no judgment. And don't get me wrong. Like, we all judge. Let's be real. Like, we judge, and you're judging me right now, and that's okay. I'm here for all of it. But when I say like no judgment zone, I mean like creating a safe place for the kids to feel like they can come to you to share whatever they want to share, the good and the bad. Coming from a vulnerable state of, hey, um, just being real with them, just being real with them. Like, when I found out about the other child, the second child in the last 2 months that passed away, and I got that tragic email message from the school that it was non-COVID related, or was it? We can talk about that as well, right? Or was it not about it being the actual COVID disease or virus, right? I'm talking about, is it an aftermath? Is it a side effect of our current state of being right now? I had a talk with the kids that morning. We can't disregard this. It's real. It's real. It's happening right now. And I don't know how freaking contagious this shit will be. Excuse my language. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of kids being sick and tired, and we're not doing enough because I know we can. I know we can. I've been there. I know we can. I know we can as a community. I know we can as a tribe. I know we can as parents. Parents out there, like, let's come together. Who's down to come together? Who's down to come together, whether that be once a week, once a month, via Zoom, in person? Who's down to come together and share our gifts, right? Share our gifts, whatever they may be. May it be music. May it be art. May it just be your big heart. May it just be your communication style. May it be your voice, right? May it be your love to swim, right? And you just like Romy, who loves to swim and swims like a fish. May it just be whatever you love that you can teach the kids, right? And that we can create this amazing environment of love and care and connection. Anyway, where am I going with this? So I had this talk with the kids that morning, and I said, hey, Caden, do you know this kid? And he said, no, like we went to Taekwondo together, but I don't really know him. But we see each other around. And I was like, gosh, do you know what happened? He said, I don't. I said, okay, well, like, I don't know what happened either. I don't know what happened either, but we need to talk. And there we were at the kitchen table, and I just looked at them and I just told them, hey, like, these are not normal times. This is not how you should be learning. This is not how we should be living, right? This is not how to be. This is not what we should be doing right now. This is crazy. This is crazy. Let's be real. I just want you to know that I know that this is crazy too. You're not the only one that thinks this is crazy. Okay? We are in this crazy crap together. And however you feel, if you're at all unhappy or stressed or frustrated, that's totally validated. Like, I want to validate that. That's totally valid. And I want you to come to me and talk to me about that. Because I know what it's like to be a struggling teen. Because I've told them the story about being bullied. Like, I know what that's like. Of all people, I would understand you. So please come talk to me, because how you feel is completely normal in these very abnormal circumstances that we're in. And they were just nodding. And they're like, yeah, yeah. And I was like, Kaden, and I want to thank you, Kaden, just a couple months ago when Amma was going through her funk, right? That you stepped up and you told me you were frustrated with me. That was so amazing of you to be able to do. And I commend you, right? I commend you for stepping up to me. I'm kidding, but you know what I mean. Like, I commend you for voicing yourself. Your voice is so important. How you feel is so important. And I love you. You are so important to me. That's just a perfect example, right? Like, if we're frustrated with each other, let's tell each other. Let's deal directly. Let's have open lines of communication. How about that? Where we're not judged, where it's a safe place where we can listen and not just react. We're so quick to reacting, right? So quick to reacting. How did we actually just sat there and just took it and tried with every ounce of our body and cell, right? To just try to understand how they're feeling. How many kids out there do you think would love to just be understood? How many kids out there are just dying to feel understood and connected right now? I know I was that person. I know that was me. I know that was me. And I'm just saying, like, doing is really, really important. I get it. We got to pay the bills. But none of that matters. None of that matters if our emotional house at home is not in a good place. It's not in a good place. And the best way, I think, is just coming at a place of, hey, I get it. I understand that you're going through this, and I commend you even for braving these times and being in front of your freaking computer, right? for 5 to 8 hours, days on end. Is that normal, guys? Let's be real, parents, right? All my mamas and pops out there. Let's be real. Is that normal? Can you imagine doing that? Even at our age now? Take that in. Try to understand, right? Take that in. Could you? Could you really do that? Can you imagine having to learn that way and that being told that you can't have side talk? There's no socializing, right? Even in the breakout rooms, they must stay on topic or they get docked points. If anyone's in the, that works in the school district or that's a teacher, can you guys like come forward and reach out? Like, I would love to do something about this. I would love to volunteer my time, connect with the kids, do something fun for them, even if it's online, right? But they need social connection. I know I crave that as a kid. I know I did. And, I talked to, like I said, I talked to the kids and I told them, hey, like, how you're feeling is completely valid. I want to validate their emotions. I want them to feel safe that they can talk to me about anything. I want them to feel understood and connected. And I also told them, hey, if you ever feel like running away, because I've been there, almost been there, that I want to run away with you too. That I want to escape with you too. That I want to create an exit plan with you too. And I want to, let's go for a day. Let's go for 2 days. Let's go. Let's just peace out. Let's just say, chuck our deuces, peace out for a couple days. Is that really going to kill our future? Is that really going to kill them getting into the next Ivy League college or school or university? No. Let's be real. No. How many of you can straight up say to my face, right, that what you learned in school was everything you needed to survive in life? Now, if we were to say, or if you were to give me a percentage of how much we learned in school, we actually needed and we actually apply in our everyday life, what would that number be? Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. So let's be real. If you have like a child who's stressed out, depressed, all that, and they're failing right now, having them go to school, right? Or like, I'm sorry to say, but like having them just forcing them into this misbelief that you need to worry about school, your applications are due, and da 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 da. That doesn't solve anything. That doesn't solve, actually, that makes matters worse. And you're driving the distance like even further and further between what they should achieve and where they're at right now. Like, more than ever, they need to know that you're important. You're important. What's going on? How do you feel? Let's talk. Let's actually talk and not talk to them. I'm saying talk with them. There is a difference. There is a huge difference to be talked at and then talked like with. You guys feel me on that? So have real talk with the kids. Be an example of that, right? Connect emotionally. And I took notes today because I knew I was going to get emotional and I might just lose sense of the point here today. And I wanted to really make this time that we have together meaningful and impactful. So yeah, connect with them emotionally, energetically, right? They are energy sensitive. I'm super energy sensitive. I don't know about you, but I feel the vampires in the room. Feel them. I feel them. I see them. I feel them. I feel them. I see them. And, we want to connect with them on an energy level because if your energy's off, they feed off of that. If your energy's good, they feed off of that too. And we want to connect with them spiritually even, right? A lot, like, churches are shut down, temples, like whatever your belief system is. I respect that. I love that. I think it's beautiful. The good that you can get out of that. And like, imagine these kids, like, and people even feeling so disconnected from that. So like create something, right? Do something, stay connected online or whatever, however you need to. Music, right? just unplug. Just unplug with them, connect with them. Another thing I do with my kids is I should do this more, but about once a week, we get together and we listen to a podcast. And one of my favorite podcasts, definitely take this down. I'm going to type it right here. It's called The Happiness Lab. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it on all these. Oops, I think I typed it a million times on there. It's called The Happiness Lab, and it's by Dr. Laurie Santos. And she's actually a professor at Yale. And what's so cool is she has this course that she actually instructs at Yale University. And so she created this podcast so that we can basically sneak into her Yale class and learn about evidence-based and scientifically backed things we can do to create more happiness in our lives. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? So please check out that podcast. I absolutely love it. I swear by it. And I listen to it with the kids. So we'll do like a listening exercise, right? I think listening is, we all hear this, but do you really believe it? And do you live by it? Like, listening is so powerful. It's, what did they say? It's like 80% of communication is listening. And so we do this listening exercise. So we're not completely unplugged, but then we're using our hearing sense, right? And we listen to it. And, I teach them how to take notes. I teach them like as much as I know about shorthand note taking. And, we discuss, and then they journal, right? They write about it and then they journal. And in those moments, I'm telling you, just an hour, right? In an hour, we connect on such an awesome emotional, intellectual level. It's so cool. Like, I highly recommend doing this. And it's something I would be happy to do online and host weekly as a family event. How about that? I just came up with that. Let's do it. Let's do it. Wouldn't that be cool? What if we did like that together? Sorry, I should fix my hair. So that's something else we do. And lastly is to dream, right? To dream and have vision, dream with them, ask them about their dreams, ask them about their goals and dreams. When was the last time you did that? They're probably gonna be like, I don't know. And it's okay. It's a moment to explore. Like, what do you like doing? Oh, like my kids love Minecraft, right? Awesome. I've been learning more about Minecraft so that I can get to their level. And they want me to play with them next week. And I'm like, okay, let's do this. Like, whatever creates happiness, however we can connect, I'm all about, right? Relatability is everything. But just dreaming with them and asking them about that and helping them. And, I was talking to one of my peer mentors. He's like, my brother from another mother. We are his heart is so big too. It's like, I love people that are heart-centered, right? Heart-centered people, y'all's the best. Y'all's the best. No one beats y'all's. His name is Gio. And we just had a talk today, and we had he shared with me some of his biggest visions. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so with it. My heart's been there. My vision's been there too, but not at your precise level. And it's, whoa, like, wow, I'm super excited about it. But, something that he said that I thought was so cool was he's doing something special for his daughter, and she loves to sing. So I can't wait to meet her because we're going to sing together, my little sing soul sister. But he's buying her something that she's been wanting, and it's really hard to find right now, but he found someone that has it, and so he's going to surprise her with it. But what he said was so beautiful. He's like, yeah, I believe in investing in dreams. How beautiful is that? I believe in investing in dreams, in passions. Just that alone. And as I was listening to him, I felt like, oh my gosh, I feel you. I believe me too. He's like, yeah, I believe in investing in dreams and passions, especially of the kids. And the kids are so capable of changing the world. And it's not okay that they're giving up. It's not okay. It's not okay. So, I want to share with you some of our visions. And I'm gonna save the Dream Lab, Geo's Dream Lab vision for when he can join us on here to share it, because I could not share the vision as beautifully as he can. And I don't want to take away from that, but I will say I am with you on the Dream Lab of being a co-creator of that. But one of my visions with my team, so I came up with this idea and I think it's awesome. And whoever wants to take part, or if you have any ideas, let's come together. Let's tribe up. Let's tribe up, guys. Shoot, I got 10 minutes. Okay. So one of the biggest visions for me is like, giving hope with a plan. And, that's something I've already been doing, right? I help people, I give them hope through education, awareness, financially, entrepreneurship, and all. And then I give them a proper plan. I give them a financial plan to help them get on their goals and dreams. So I have these real talks, right, to parents and families and even kids. Like, hey, what are your financial goals? What are your financial dreams? What are things that you want to achieve that cost money? What's important to you? Let's talk about that. When was the last time we had such a talk? They're like, never. I'm like, yeah, this is real talk. Stop talking about crap that doesn't matter. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you love politics and all that stuff too, right? But what's the debate going to do for you in your life? Why not have a real talk about our goals and dreams and things we can do? I know that sounds far-fetched and crazy to some of y'all, right? But for real talk. And then I ask them, like, what are their goals and dreams? And then we take a look at, what their situation is right now. We have a real talk about that. There's no shame. I love that my clients, they come to me and they say, I love working with you because I don't feel judged when I'm with you. Like, I know you care about me. It feels so good. I'm like, oh, I love you, of course. And it stays with me. It's all completely confidential. It's like, that's my badge of honor. When someone opens up to me, that's my badge of honor. And I would do everything in my power to protect that. You get what I'm saying? It's such an honor. And so they share with me, their situation, their goals and dreams. And then I back engineer a different financial plan for them, right? And I show them this awesome free plan that I put together. There's no obligation to proceed with anything. So I want you to know that that's something I can do too for you, or for maybe someone that could take advantage of a free financial plan. Here's the reality. Financial problems are big problems. And more than ever, in our current state of this global pandemic, right? Global pandemic. Let me say that again. People have lost everything. So many people can't even afford groceries right now. I just heard this morning too. Single moms, right? Not even. Parents that are both jobless. More than ever, right? Even before COVID, money issues broke up so many families. It was like the main cause of divorce. And so what if I can serve you in that way? What if I can offer a free financial plan? And if you don't feel comfortable with me, here's another option. We got options. We got options. We got solutions. It's so amazing that you don't have to work with me. I can hook you up with my heart-centered mentor, Johanna Mockett, who's amazing. And then you guys can work together on a plan and strategize. And you see right there, winningforgood.com, that's like my blog, right? But then there's also a contact page. And so you just fill that out, and then I'll reach out to you, even if it's on a volunteer basis, of all the things that we talked about, right? Mentorship, coming together, creating a place where we can learn and grow. Just know I'm here. I'm here to serve, right? I feel like if we can somehow remove the biggest stress of all, which is finances, I really do feel like every time I get a chance to sit down with a family, it's my opportunity, it's my real shot, it's my heart's shot at keeping this family together. That's how serious what I do is. That's how awesome what I do is. When people come to me and they say, oh my gosh, we don't know what we would have done without you all these years. I wish I met you years ago. That to me is everything. Seriously, this is like a nonprofit business. Is what's so cool. Yeah, we make money, but it's like we're monetizing like a nonprofit business, something like that I would volunteer to do even for free, but I get paid for it, right? No quotas. And I don't charge my clients a dime for my time. How awesome is that? So if there's something I can do to relieve that stress, just know I'm here for you. My team is here for you. You know, and our vision, here's our cool, crazy vision. I got 5 minutes to share this. This is so cool. So, just about a few months ago, my girlfriend and I were having tea, and she said, you know, I would love for you to connect with the kids. A lot of our kids are suicidal right now, and you have the ability to connect with them. And I think if you just had a talk with them, you'd be able to save them. And I was like, me? Me? So I took that to heart though, and it's been right here. And, just a couple weeks ago, I went to go visit my friend and talk to her two teens, and we had a heart to heart. I told them my teenage story, my life, what's going on then and now, the journey. And one of the kids was like, "Are you on a TED Talk? Like, do you do TED Talks?" And I was like, what do you know about TED Talks? It's like, it's like motivational. I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's one of my biggest dreams is to be on a TED Talk because it's like, it scares me, but I know I have stories that could heal and can save kids and adults, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. But we connected on such a great level. So from that, I came to them to let them know that I've been creating this plan and program for teens, that I have inner workings underway, and I have a team that's coming together, and we're going to make this a reality. And I told them the name of the program, and they were laughing so hard. And it's so funny. I'll share with you guys next time. We don't have enough time. Let's keep this. It's okay. I'm gonna tell you, maybe later. But I have 4 minutes. Anyway, three and a half minutes now. So told them the name of the program, but I told them here's what I want it to be. I want to help bridge parents with teens. Parents with teens. I know what it's like to be a teen that struggles, and I know what it's like to be a parent, and I know how that is. And I know how there's such a disconnect there. So what I want to do is I want to help bridge them. So I'm creating this course, right, that allows for parents and teens to come together where they could rebuild their connection, rebuild their relationships, have a stronger understanding of one another. And then through the program, they're also going to make friends, right? I'm going to match up teens with teens so that there's accountability. And then through this program, so long as they stick to the program, right? At the end of it, so long as they maintain a 3.7 GPA when they graduate high school, 3.7 because I'm 37, so I want to make sense of things, make dollars of things, right? Just make sense of things. Like, okay, they graduate with a 3.7. By the time they graduate high school, then they, at 18th, on their 18th birthday, they have a one-on-one opportunity to be mentored by me through the business, but with me specifically, because we're not all the same, right? Does every advisor who works for the same company, are they the exact same? Absolutely not, right? Does every real estate agent at Keller Williams, right? Are they exactly the same? Absolutely not, right? But I know that I have the gift of serving teens and serving parents, and I can be that bridge. So let's use me for all my gifts, including that one. And that includes this. And so imagine by the time they turn 18 on their 18th birthday, they can be a part of the business. Now they're an adult, and I can teach them about money. I can teach them about entrepreneurship, and they don't have to compromise. That's the beauty of what we do. You don't have to compromise. You want to be an astronaut? Cool, let's do it. I'll do it with you. Maybe I know someone that can help you get there too, because I'm the connector, right? So it comes with not just mentorship in the business and finances, which, come on, let's be real. Imagine if you knew about money at 18, what that could do for you today. I'm going to do that. I'm going to ensure that every kid, right, that I get like a chance to work with will have an opportunity to learn that through me, with me, and I'm going to mentor them through life and business. And at the same time, we're going to help them get to their biggest goals and dreams. And they don't have to compromise anything. It's a win, 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 win. So excited. Imagine that. How cool is that vision? But we also have a vision of the Dream Lab, and we can't wait to share that with you. May you all find the peace, love, help, and just support and just love. If I didn't say love yet, love, 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 you need to get through these times. And if there's anything I can do, if you have some ideas, let's bounce some ideas around. Yeah. Hit me up. Go to winningforgood.com. There's a contact page on there. A lot of contact pages. You just fill out the form. You can message me 408-515-0099. That's my direct cell. Text me, hit me up. I love you. Love on your kids. Do things with them. Have real talks with them. And I'm here for you. Just know I'm here. I'm here to serve with my heart, okay? At whatever capacity. But I can't do it without you. So anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all the love. Grateful for our time. Thanks, guys. Bye.